Hello everybody and welcome back to my YouTube channel on LELB Society. I'm Dr. Hariri, the creator of LELB Society, which is an online learning community to practice English academically and professionally and in interaction with others. Our domain is pretty simple, lelb.net. Okay, in this session, before starting teaching this unit or lesson, make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel for the upcoming free English video of high quality. In this session, I'm going to teach you some English vocabulary or words about happiness and sadness with flashcards, illustrated flashcards. Okay, so the first word or expression actually here is behind the 8 ball and it means in a highly disadvantageous position or situation, so in a bad condition. I'm really behind the 8 ball at work. I have too much work to do, but we can't afford to hire anyone to help out. So I'm not in a good condition, in a welcoming or promising condition at work, because I have so much work, too much work to do, but we can't afford. It means we don't have enough finances or money to hire or employ. For hire, you could say employ anyone to help out, and help out means assist or help. Okay, so generally we say to be overloaded and underpaid. Underpaid. To be overloaded and underpaid. It means, okay, you work so much, but you don't get enough salary or remuneration. Okay, so yeah, that's all. And also if you click on at work, you will see another post about I'm not sure, workaholism or in the workplace. Yeah. Okay, the next word is consolation. Consolation refers to something that reassures you and makes you feel better when you are disappointed or sad. Okay, particularly when you show sympathy to somebody else. Alright, if it's of any consolation to you, you're not the only one he was rude to. In English we say misery loves company. It means that if you are in a bad or unfortunate situation, and if you notice that you're not the only one who is in that situation, you feel less annoyed and irritated. Misery loves company. Okay, so he was not the only person who was treated in an impolite way. I don't know what to say. I just offered a few words of consolation. A few, remember, means a small number of things or people. And the difference between a few versus few is that a few refers to actually some moderate amount of something or number of something, but it is at least enough. But few is not enough. So remember, few plus an accountable noun indicates insufficiency or inadequacy. It means it is not enough. But a few, at least it is at least enough. Okay. Yeah. So let's continue. Dejected. Dejected means extremely unhappy and disappointed, sad, depressed, gloomy, dismal, doleful. These are some synonyms for that. Having lost her favorite job, she looked dejected for an entire week. Pay attention to this structure. Having lost her favorite job. Okay. She looked. So let me just elaborate on that. After, it could be rephrased or paraphrased in this way. After losing her job, she looked dejected for an entire week. So this structure, make sure to know about this grammar point. If you want to use this structure, having plus past participle form of a verb plus a noun phrase, then a comma. You must put a comma here. She. So the subject in these two clauses should be the same. It means the subject of this clause and the subject of this clause must be the same. This is an independent clause or main clause, and this is a subordinate clause or dependent clause. Okay, this structure, having plus, let me just put it this way. Having plus past participle plus a noun phrase, comma, then comma, the same subject, a subject which is also attached or related to the first clause. This actually, let me just put it this way. Subject plus generally simple past form of the verb. Generally simple past form plus perhaps actually whatever that is required. Some verbs are transitive, some of them are, some others are intransitive. Okay, so after losing her job, she seemed or looked dejected for an entire week, for a complete week. Disgruntled. Disgruntled means unhappy, annoyed, and disappointed about something. So the difference between dejected and disgruntled is that if you are disgruntled, so you are sad, but at the same time you are angry and irritated, agitated. But if you're dejected, it means that you are in a low mood or spirits. Alright. A disgruntled former employee means personnel, is being blamed for the explosion. So former means prior. Okay, so a disgruntled former employee or personnel is being blamed for, or blameworthy, also you could say, for the explosion. So he is responsible for setting the perhaps firm or organization on fire. Okay. The players were disgruntled with the umpire. Who is an umpire? Referee. An umpire is a referee. You can see this. Okay, it means a person who is present at a sports competition in order to make certain that the rules of that particular game are obeyed and to make judgments about whether particular actions are acceptable. Alright, the players were disgruntled. It means dissatisfied with the umpire. Dismal. Dismal means sad and without hope. The first meaning, and also the second meaning, very bad. Alright. A dismal expression. A dismal or sad expression. Here, what dismal weather? With an exclamation mark to show surprise or wonder. Okay? So, do not mistake it for a question, remember? This is an exclamation. A dismal expression and what dismal weather. Okay, next word is distress. Distress means a feeling of extreme worry, sadness, or pain. Yeah. She claimed that the way she had been treated at work had caused her extreme emotional and psychological distress. So, she claimed, she just complained here, you can substitute in this context, that the way she had been treated, she had been behaved toward at work, in the workplace, say, in the workplace had caused her extreme emotional and psychological distress. Pay attention, we have the verb in past perfect tense. Had been treated in a passive voice. Okay, and because we are referring to two actions happening in the past, and one of them happened before another one in the past. So if you refer to two actions in the past and one of them just took place before another one, so you need to just put the older action in the past perfect tense. Doleful. Yeah, so doleful means very sad. Okay, means a doleful, and it's the expression and the example is pretty simple. A doleful expression, a dejected, dismal expression. Euphoria means extreme happiness, sometimes more than is reasonable in a particular situation. They were in a state of euphoria for days after they won the prize. So, again, you can put it in the structure I just explained. You could put it this way: having won the prize. What was the rest? Yeah, they were in a state of euphoria. Yeah, having won the prize or award, they were in a state of euphoria. And I think it's completely clear by itself. Exaltation means showing that you are happy and proud because you have succeeded in doing something. So, at least exaltation has some reasons, but euphoria, maybe actually you're happy not because of any particular reason. Yeah. Okay, a sense of exaltation, and this is clear by itself. Frustrated. Frustrated, American English, frustrated, British English. The stress pattern shifts. Frustrated with her progress in her music lessons, she eventually, means finally, means after a long time with so many problems and setbacks, eventually quit learning how to play the piano. So something has been missing here before frustrated, and you could say being frustrated, blah blah blah. Okay, or because of being, All right, so this is a reduced or shortened form of the sentence. So because she was she or he, yes, she was frustrated with the progress in her music lessons, she eventually or finally quit learning how to play the piano. And quit, the simple past and also past participle form of quit is the same. So quit, quit, quit. It means it stopped. Okay. Gloomy. Gloomy means dark and difficult to see through, so opaque, and also depressing. Depressing and also depressed. So depressing or depressed and unhappy. So it has two meanings, like dismal. What gloomy weather we're having. Remember, do not put a before weather. A weather is uncountable. If you really want to pluralize it, you should substitute weather with substitute it for climate. Climate is countable. So what gloomy weather we are having. Another form of exclamation or an exclamatory sentence. The cemetery is a gloomy place. Cemetery or graveyard. And cemetery, American pronunciation, cemetery, British pronunciation. It's a gloomy place. In the in seventh heaven. In seventh heaven means happy and elated. To be extremely happy and elated. I was in seventh heaven when I realized I had won the lottery. And you already know what lottery is. So a gambling game in which some numbered tickets are sold and some people are selected as the winners. So I was in seventh heaven when I noticed, when I realized, when I found out I had won the lottery. Jaunty. Jaunty means showing that you are happy and confident. A jaunty grin means smile, broad smile, or step. When he came back, his hat was at a jaunty angle and he was smiling. So he must have good results, satisfying results. Okay, so jocose. Jocose means amusing and playful. Perhaps not pleasant. It shows, let's say, lack of respect most of the time. So you tend to be amusing in a situation or on an occasion which is not suitable for that behavior. So his jocose manner was unsuitable for such a solemn occasion. His playful manner was not suitable for such a solemn. Solemn means grave, serious, very serious occasion. Let me just, if I click on number 3, you will see the definition of synonyms, serious and formal. And if you just click on that arrow again, you will get back to the original text and the main text, the main body. Okay. Next word is Jolly. And jolly means happy and cheerful, bright and attractive. A jolly smile, manner, mood. She's a very jolly, upbeat. Upbeat means optimistic and cheerful. Optimistic and cheerful. Sort of person. The opposite is downbeat, or pessimistic, or cynic. We say such a wet blanket. If a person is such a wet blanket, it means that that person, he or she, is so pessimistic and cynic, with cynical behaviors. Okay. I love the bright yellow you have painted the children's room. It makes it look really jolly. It's clear. Jubilant means very happy and satisfied, especially because of your achievements, success, and victory. Triumphant. A cursory means quick and probably not detailed. Yeah, a cursory look at his results was enough to make him jubilant at his academic success. And if you click on that, you will see more examples of academic success. So a very quick look at his results was enough for him to be jubilant and very happy. Triumphant. Okay. Next word, melancholy. As an adjective means gloomy and sad. And melancholy could be used as a noun as well. Melancholy autumn days. And a melancholy piece of music. It's clear. Moody. Moody means unhappy, annoyed, and angry. The first meaning, and the second meaning, showing a variety of feelings unpredictably. Yeah. Okay. I cannot tolerate moody children. Tolerate, stand, or withstand, put up with. You could say also put up with. Moody children. Moody here means angry and also with unpredictable behaviors. Unruly somehow. We have unruly as well. Difficult to control. Teenagers tend to have a tendency to become rather moody. Yeah. Tend to means to be so likely to show a particular behavior or characteristic in a specific situation. You could say have a tendency to do something. Or even actually you could say show. Okay, teenagers tend to become rather moody. Yeah, unpredictable here. Having a variety or showing a variety of emotions. Mourn. It means to feel or express great sadness, especially because of someone's death. And weep. Sob. Yeah. She was still mourning for her brother. It's clear. And the meaning is clear, but maybe actually we are not exactly sure whether his brother has died or passed away or not. But yeah, at first glance, it seems to be so. Red letter day. Red letter day. And Okay, it means a special, happy, and important day that you will always remember, and it makes you happy when you think about that. The day I first set foot in America was a red letter day for me. So, when I arrived in the US, the first day that I arrived in the country, arrived in the US actually, it was such a very happy day for me, joyful. Somber. Yeah, somber means serious and sad without humor or amusement. So if you just take a look at this lady's face, you will notice what somber behavior or expression is. A somber atmosphere, voice, face. He wore a somber black suit. So somber also means dismal and gloomy, sad, and even actually saddening. Stunned. Okay, stunned means too surprised and shocked to speak, generally because of the severity or intensity of the situation. So they stood in a stunned silence beside the bodies. So do not confuse beside with besides. Okay, beside means next to or near. Besides means in addition. It's a conjunction. Okay, so they stood in stunned silence beside the bodies or corpus. Here it means dead bodies, perhaps. It is interpreted corpse or dead body. I am stunned and saddened by this news. Okay, saddened, it means it has made me sad. So sadden is a verb. By this news. Here we have this news, pay attention. This is because of the fact that news, although it has S at the end, it's a let's say uncountable word. It's an uncountable word, and you should not say these news, which is a typical mistake. So this news, because news is uncountable. Tragedy. Tragedy means a very sad and painful event that involves death or suffering, or a play or literature that reflects suffering and sorrow. His miserable life has been a complete tragedy, replete with suffering and wretchedness. Replete means full of. Okay. So his miserable or wretched life has been a complete disaster or tragedy. It is completely tragic. The adjective is tragic. Full of suffering and wretchedness. And the opposite of tragedy is comedy. Triumphant means having achieved a great victory or success, or feeling very happy and proud because of such an achievement. Victorious also, you could say. It seems as though the whole city had turned out for their team's triumphant homecoming. As if, as though means as if. the whole city had shown up for their team's triumphant or victorious homecoming there. The team has come back to their hometown, and the people are there to celebrate their victory. He emerged triumphant from the court after all the charges against him were dropped because of lack of evidence. Lack means lack of existence, no existence of something, and evidence means document to support and prove something. Okay, so he emerged. Emerge means appear. Triumphant from the court after all the charges or conviction against him were dropped because of a lack of evidence. So there was no evidence to accuse somebody. No evidence to accuse someone. So he was exonerated or acquitted or exempted, but not exactly. Okay. Utopia. Utopia refers to a place, a perfect society in which everyone works well with each other and is so happy. Okay. So come down to earth and don't act as if you are living in a utopia society. Come down to earth means be realistic. Or act in a realistic way. Okay, the rest is clear. Wretched means unhappy, miserable, and hopeless. Wretched. Unlike means dissimilar to. Unlike is prosperous adulthood. Prosperous means wealthy and rich. Unlike his prosperous adulthood, he used to have a wretched childhood. So, dissimilar to or disproportionate to his adulthood after puberty, because first we have childhood, then puberty, then adulthood. He used to. Pay attention, it's not used to, it's used to have a wretched or miserable childhood. So, used to shows an action that happened in the past, but it does not continue at the present time. So, if you used to do something, it means that you do not do that these days at the present time. So that was an old habit, but you have got rid of it, that habit. Okay, so we come to the end of this vocabulary lesson on happiness and sadness. And I really hope you enjoyed this English vocabulary lesson with so many flashcards, illustrated flashcards, and and please make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel for the upcoming videos. Thank you very much for your attention, and see you soon. Bye bye.